Okay.
Hello, David. So this is Daniel from CoCoHub. I think we already spoke last week. We actually recorded already this conversation, and before we also had our ambassador onboarding call. So, we want to record this video. First of all, to encourage others who want to put their city on the map for digital nomads by being a community manager or just welcoming the nomads in your city. As an ambassador for the whole digital nomad movement, which is just about to explode in the next years. So yeah, I mean, you reached out to us, I think, because you found us when you were looking for co-living Nairobi, because this is where you
Yeah.
are in the moment. And so maybe you can tell us a bit about your background, why you want to welcome nomads in Nairobi, and what you actually do in life.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name is David. So um, I study in business. So I'm a business consultant by profession. So my work kind of gives me the luxury, or let's say, the advantage of traveling the world. So before the COVID-19 issue, I was in Turkey. So when I came back, I was looking for a community or kind of a like-minded people who I can work and live with, because growth is inevitable in everybody's life, and we must pursue growth, even though not to the ultimate perfection. So while I was browsing the internet for like a co-living or co-working space in Nairobi, there are a lot of options for the co-living space in Nairobi, but it's mainly crowded with international companies that kind of hire these contract workers on like a partial basis or something. So let's say they're not like the digital nomad kind of lifestyle, but more like contractual remote workers. So like I really wanted a community where people get the lifestyle I take, because for many digital nomads, I think people have this crazy notion that we have all our lives figured out and we work like for 3 or 4 hours and travel and have fun all the way. But in reality, we work like more than a 9 to 5. It's more than an 8 hour job. It's a lifestyle, because you don't know when your next income is coming in. So you have to put your all into your work so that you can make a living and at the same time enjoy life. So while I was browsing the internet, I came across your website, CoCoHub, which is a really nice community. And I like it because it gives everyone a chance who doesn't have the financial capacity to join such a community, because let's face it, there are a lot of communities which I'm not going to name, but there are a lot on the internet. So, but they have these crazy ginormous fees. And for somebody who's like starting out, if you tell him or her to pay 400, 500, 600 bucks for just joining a community, which is a one-time fee, sometimes that's like crazy insane. So and sometimes people are just looking for the community and just a space where they want to grow, let's say just explore the lifestyle and see if it's the right fit for them. So yeah, I kind of liked CoCoHub in that perspective, the welcoming nature, all the options you have on the table, and yeah, basically, it's a really nice community of people who are willing to welcome you, give you tips. I know we're just like you are just, or let me put myself in the community. Like we're just starting out, but in 3 or 4 years, yeah, I'd like to see that reciprocated in Nairobi, and I would like to be on the forefront of that. I'd like to help showcase the beauty of Nairobi, the wonderful amenities that Nairobi has to offer to digital nomads and to the digital lifestyle. Just in addition to the, let's say, the usual that people need, the Wi-Fi facilities, the wonderful serenity of the wonderful environment. So I really like to open up the city to everyone, like worldwide, like the global community as a whole.
Yes, exactly. I already told you the reason why we want to help others now with CoCoHub is just because when we started out and we opened our first house, this is also what we had to do next to operating the house and taking care of the people. We also had to attract people to Malta because Malta was not on the map for nomads because it seemed to be too expensive, too small, and people had no idea about Malta. They thought it's part of Spain. So, and this is the reason why we feel where you are right now. So you are in Kenya, in Nairobi, and you are like, wow, we should have nomads here. But
Yeah.
how to turn it into reality? Because of course, normally with a nice house, let's say you open a co-living space, just tailor-made for nomads, this would attract people to Nairobi. But on the other hand, we also see that we like freedom. So
Yeah.
also we don't want to take care of a house in Nairobi because we are also nomads by ourselves. So
It's
so this is how we want to help you by just welcoming the first nomads, hopefully this year in Nairobi. So yeah, maybe you can just tell us what is so special about Nairobi, because I think right now in Africa we only have nomads going to the northern part, to Egypt and Morocco, and a little bit to South Africa, to Johannesburg. But I think that's it, and there's not a lot happening in between. I think it's because of lacking communication and a missing understanding of. Let's talk about just about Nairobi. So how does a normal day look like in Nairobi if I am a nomad? How do I?
First of all, if you need to visit the city center, like you really need to wake up early because traffic is crazy over here. Like you can easily spend between 2, 3, 4 hours in traffic. So if you really want to visit the city center, you really have to wake up early. So apart from the traffic, I think it's the only city in Africa or actually in the world with the national park in between the city center. So if you're a nomad and you nature, for wildlife, for the zoo life. Getting a place in the city center which is close to like the national park is like really great, and that will like really offer like you don't have to double down between traveling lots of kilometers to go and visit some wildlife in some remote area or some village. Like it's right in the middle of the city center. And then there's like it's suitable for any budget. There's a like if you Google there's a giraffe manor where you like actually have breakfast with giraffes. Like they actually come to where you are and you have breakfast with them. So like that's the expensive option. And then there's the cheaper options like Nairobi Safari Walk, where you like just pay a small fee and go and feed the giraffes and just dwell in the serenity of having really cool wildlife around you. Uh, yeah, and then people always talk about the pros and let's say not talk about the cons. So I think maybe one con, but this is not a discouragement. I just want to put it out there so that you cannot catch like anyone with the shock and all. So like Nairobi is like really squeezed. It's a really like really small space. Like with the national park, with the city center, with being the main administrative option for not just Kenya but for Eastern Africa. Like it's really squeezed, which makes accommodation quite pricey if you need to stay in the city center. But there are, like I say, there's a lot of cheaper options for everybody. So don't be discouraged. It depends on what you're willing to spend. Like if you're a luxury traveler, there's something for you. If you're a budget traveler, there's also something for you. So that's what is really cool about Nairobi. Like it's a major developing hub in East and Central Africa. So I just want to put it out there to the world. Like there's a lot of ignorance or a lot of misinformation that goes around. Like everyone in Africa is this, everyone in Africa is that, but you have to try it, you have to experience it in real sense. You have to be on the ground, like you have to be here to experience the like everything awesome and everything. Let's say not that bad, but as I said, people don't talk about the cons, but I want to be upfront with everyone. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of good. And, there's, let's say, not everything is perfect. So that maybe for somebody who's escaping the traffic life, traffic is really crazy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's basically, yeah, I just want to open it up to the digital nomad community, because there's a lot of co-working spaces here, like I said, but there's a lot of potential that's here, but only big corporations are into that. And I want to put it out there, like, this is a really affordable place, really cool and chill place for the digital nomad to just live and live and work. Basically, yeah, live and work and explore. Actually, the culture too, Kenya, we have like really good culture. So if you're a sucker for like exploring and sharing different cultures and learning new languages like Swahili, this is a really like nice place to learn that.
Yes, nice. So yeah, I think we should keep it that short, because otherwise people, you know, they have a short attention span. Landing page for Nairobi is live, so basically people can now get in contact with you, and we will have a slow start. So I think the first step is to welcome the first nomads in Nairobi. Let's say once there are 5 nomads at a time or 10 nomads at a time, I think this is the first milestone, but it will definitely take a long time. For Malta, I think it took like 2 or 3 years. And we had luck because there was anyway like a big growth going on. So it's a long-term thing, but the first milestone will be 10 nomads. And yeah, we are really happy to help you along the way. And yeah, I hope the people got a first impression about you as a community manager, as the ambassador, as well as about Nairobi.
Yeah, the social platforms are live. The landing page on the website is also live. I have a lot of cool content coming on the way. I'm still in the planning phase and reaching out to potential people. So I've not posted anything on Instagram, but that is in the works. I'm working on that like really hard on that, because I don't want a place where like I recommend something that in the back of my mind I feel is not to the value that I want to bring to the whole community. So I want to like really, if it's background checks, even if I have to like experience it first before people experience it first. So I want to recommend something that I wholeheartedly feel will be of like a positive impact, will be a positive impact to everyone who comes to Nairobi. So yeah, everything is live as of now. It's a slow start, but yeah, I'm willing to put in the work to bring everybody and put Nairobi on the digital nomad map.
Nice. I think it's the right time, the right place. So thank you very much, David, and talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon. I think we have a call on Wednesday for the ambassadors and all.
Yes. And if other people saw this and they are interested in becoming an ambassador, just reach out to us, join our main chat group on Telegram. Just hit the button on the website and then you can just chat with us. Yeah, so thank you. Enjoy your day and see you soon, no?
Yeah, see you soon too. Thank you. Have a good day.
Ciao, David. Ciao.